Morning, guys. It's Ruthie Pople with the Pople Backyard Farm. Let's get right into this. And before I go any further, let me tell you that these types of videos are going to be on my community tab for your easy access because you may want to watch them over and over and over. And it's a new thing I'm starting to do, so there's only a few up there right now. Plus, I'm going to gather old ones. Some of them will even be about product reviews, anything that I feel like is something that I want to make sure that my subscribers don't miss out on, and they can go back and look for videos that maybe they haven't seen before or that are special, and they're like, oh, where's that video? They can just say, oh, that's gotta be in a community tab. Okay, so it can be anything from how to get product reviews to good life lessons. And today we're going to talk about stress relief, because I believe that there are many stressful days ahead of a lot of people as the world is turning. So here we go. Eat right, exercise. We all know it, but we need to do it. Get somebody that you're accountable to if that is going to help you. And I am losing weight too, so you are always welcome to, in any comments, to share your progress, thoughts, or whatever on any subject in the comments. And, because I do read every single comment. All right. Do something with your hands. I crochet. I used to always be like a business type person, but there is something to working with your hands. I believe it's good to feel like you created something. Be creative. So that's another thing. I have 100 hobbies. I always say that because when things, if I get bored or I'm unhappy, I embroider, I crochet, I study animals. One of my big, huge hobbies is studying the Bible, because I am a born-again, spirit-filled Christian, in case you wondered. So I read. I have a big list, and if I run out of things I want to do, I make another one. Because I think there's wisdom in that. I think that a lot of times just getting a new vision, because the Bible says the person without a vision will perish. And the hardest times in my life are usually the times that I have birthed the new vision, so to speak. I know Clay went through a lot of surgery, and I had kind of not crocheted like I did when I was a kid, because I spent the last few years working, or most of my life working. And so he was literally in hospitals for 8-10 hours. So I started crocheting, and then again. And so I just said, I'm not going to just be a crocheter. I'm going to try to be the best crocheter I can be. So that's something that if I get stressed out, I sit down and I crochet. Prayer. The Bible says, let him who is afflicted, kind of having troubles, pray. I worked in church work for a long time. I grew up in a church. I lived at a Bible school. Sometimes some stress is chemical. And those types of stresses, you may need to go to a doctor. I always tell people that if you've laid in the bed for like the last month crying, maybe that's a good time to go see your doctor and see if he can give you something, because your chemistry could have gotten off from the stress you are under. It could be anything, and it could not even, who knows, because I have seen situations in church work where people, like I know one time there was a woman in our church just walking down the street that was perfectly normal, and and sometimes things happen like that. It doesn't, I had another friend that took medication, and this is what she said. She said it's no different than being a diabetic or something like that. Some people, their chemistry is not right and they need to take their medication. Some people, they get on it and get off it, and some people have to be on it their whole life long, because like a diabetic, if you don't have your medication, you're going to be a little wonky. So then there's nothing wrong with that. And that's just, thank God. Jesus is the great physician, and he has many physicians underneath him. And if you study out the Bible, Hezekiah, God told him to go take a plant to heal him. It was a fig, some kind of a fig from some kind of diseases. So God uses doctors too. Okay, and that doesn't mean you can't believe God to heal you. Well, you should always believe God to heal you. So whatever you're going through, like Clay's a diabetic, I still believe the Lord's gonna heal him, and take an aspirin in faith, and because Jesus healed them all. well. So that's what I say. Okay, now, so that's another thing. If you're under a lot of stress, like maybe you found that you had a bad disease, your mom died, your husband ran off, and who knows. Okay, guys, with that kind of stuff, what I do when I get a lot of stress, maybe I got bad news of some sort, I will just literally, and sometimes I just do it because I like to do it. I'll put on the audio Bible because they're free on YouTube and stuff, and on your phone you can usually find the app. It only takes 80 hours to read your entire Bible. That's like 2 weeks at a third grade reading level. So I just put the Bible on, I just listen to it over and over and over. I don't just kind of have it playing in the background all the time. And that has brought a lot of peace to me. Watching funny movies. Laughter is wonderful for you. So if you're going through stuff, put on those old funny movies or new funny movies and laugh your way to health. The Bible says that laughter is like a medicine. So that's another thing. Watch who your friends are. Don't let everybody dump their problems on you. Don't pick up the phone if you're not in your best. These are things that I have told everybody, and even my family members, my sisters are like, "Oh, I'm going through something." Not that they were going through something, but maybe they were just like not big in stress. I'd say, "Don't pick up the phone." I said, I learned that a long time ago. I was in a business, and I had somebody that was like a six-figure business friend that was, helping me a little bit, kind of mentoring me. And she said, "Don't pick up the phone when the company calls," because this was like my own business. She said, "Don't pick up the phone." Because all they want to do is, like, basically at that time, it wasn't a good situation. It's like, I don't have to talk to them. It was my business. So, and she goes, "That's what I do." She goes, "That's how I got so big," basically. She didn't say those words, but basically that was what I got out of it. But, so sometimes, it doesn't, that you don't love people, but even if you're having a bad day, don't pick up the phone if you feel like it's not going to be a positive thing. Like maybe they're not, a person that maybe you want to know all your business, because sometimes you have a 5-minute bad day and then your business gets out to everybody and it was nothing. You know what I'm saying? I know, it could be anything, so those are things that I'm just saying that if you're like feeling crabby and grouchy, it's not a good time to pick up the phone. Or if you have somebody that's like a guy that's just like, they call you every day with all their problems, because whenever you make a friend, their problems become your problems. Excuse me, hiccup. So if they call you every day and they never want to change, and that's the way they're going to live for the next 50 years, and they want to say, they've worn out all their other friends, and their other friends is like, okay, this person, this is their lifestyle. This isn't a problem. This is their lifestyle. Don't pick up the phone, because they'll wear you out, your family out, your husband's out, your kids out. They'll have you babysitting their kids and eating your food and, and all that. And then you will have nothing and they'll walk away. And you heard the saying, no good deed goes unpunished. Sometimes the very people you help the most, they're mad at you when you tell them the truth sometimes. And what I do is this, is when someone has a problem, because I get a lot of phone calls sometimes from friends, and I love to help people, and I have a big heart for people. A lot of times, I'll tell them, I'll pray, of course, always pray, and, if you pray other times when these situations come, you're ready, you're not like, you're like a sharp knife. If you're gonna, you always want to be sharp. You don't want to be like, dull knife takes twice as long. So I pray, read my Bible, and have good godly friends that, watch my life and stuff, so that if I go out there and I have something that I need, if I need to talk to someone, I'm ready. And, if you sharpen yourself, then you're not dull and trying to, start from nothing, trying to fix life. That's good advice anyway. But when they call, I'll say, okay, from what I understand, one of my favorite things I like to say would be this. Girlfriend calls on the phone and says, "My husband did it," and I'll say, "Well, is he nice to the kids? Yeah. Is he nice to me? You? Yes. Is he nice to whatever? Does he go to work? Is he faithful?" and all that stuff. And if she wants to leave him, I'll say, "Give me his number. I got 50 other girlfriends who would be happy to take him off your hands." Like if she's just like plain out rebellious, so to speak. I don't want to say rebellious, but maybe I'll just say she doesn't see what she's got ahead of her. She'll see that every marriage goes through ups and downs. But if it's somebody that's like really trying to make it better, like maybe I'll say, "Well, this is the I would just be really nice to him, realize he's working. When he goes to bed at night, lay your hand on him and pray for him, and try to be nice, and don't dump everything on him, and go pray quietly. And a lot of times the Lord will speak to you when you're doing the dishes and you don't even expect it. But and then I won't talk to them every single day about their problems. I'll say, yeah, you remember what I said last week, and leave it at that. And don't go hashing through every little thought, every little thing, because you already told that person what you think. If it's someone you talk to for some reason every day, it's like, oh yeah, you just kind of listen and be nice, but don't just get yourself spouting all the advice, because unless you really feel like you have a word from the Lord or something like that God has spoken to you in your prayer time or something. But I just think that you start letting every door open in your life, and you have all these people in your life. They suck your time, they suck your energy. And I'm not saying, I only help people that want to be helped. I don't like to sit there and waste my time on people that they basically want to do what they want to do, and they use me to, I always kid and say, confess their sins because I'm a Christian. And then they feel better and walk off and just do whatever they want to do. And I don't do that. I used to do that, and you wear your family out. And then I learned that, what? I'm really not helping them. Just say, yeah, you remember what I told you, and then go about your day. And if they keep calling, well, it's like, well, I don't know. I told you what to do. And just leave it at that. You have to pray about how you're going to handle situations, and sometimes the best way to handle them is get out of them, because it's not your place. You don't have the skill and knowledge and way to help them. And sometimes it's not, but when it comes to family and close friends, it's a little different, but sometimes you've got to guard your life. Another thing I do with stress is I never let people in my house unless I want to invite them. Like if you live in a neighborhood, my sister taught me this years ago, because I'm really outgoing. I love everybody. She's like, only meet people on the front porch. Don't let people in your house. And she said another mother told her that. Because what happens is this. And I'm not saying this always. I'm just saying in general, especially for young women. Because what happens is sometimes you'll have these group of women that are bored. They have nothing to do, so they come to your house. They bring their kids. They bring their stuff. They sit there and they have coffee at your house all day and then go home. Well, don't let your house be that house. Get your house clean, get yourself ready. You can have coffee and tea and stuff with your friends, but you choose instead of having them choose and spend their day with you because they're bored, or on the phone with you because they're bored. No, I'm not saying that there's not times that you do things, but you don't want to be this every single day that your house is, they get up in the morning and they go to your house. Because sometimes that's what people do. They literally get up in the morning and they get dressed and they figure, oh, come on, kids, we're going to go to so-and-so's house. They eat your groceries that you maybe bought for the week. Your husband comes home. He's mad because your house is a mess and the kids are all over, and your girlfriend is griping about her husband, and she'll start getting in your husband. Stress relievers. Watch your friendship. Same with guys. You get guys out there doing stupid things, and they want you to do stupid things, and then they go and make fun of you because you did the stupid things that they were talking about, and now you're the bad guy. So I'm a mother too. I'm a sister. I'm a daughter. So, and I worked at church work. You hear a lot of stuff. Stress relievers. Watch those relationships. Okay, guys. I guess you get the picture. Pray, read the Bible, work hard, and take a break. And don't take life so seriously. Companies don't love you back. You can work your butt off for a company and they don't love you back. Put your effort into your family, your mother, honor your parents, your father, honor your parents, your husband or your wife, and your children. Everybody else is outside, and you decide who you want in and out. Not that you don't love everybody, but that's what the Lord has taught me. And so anyway, I hope this is a stress reliever. I hope I didn't offend anybody, because I certainly didn't mean to offend anyone. Because I'm sure I've been on both sides of that coin. I'm sure because remember I said I was outgoing, like, oh, let's do this. It's like somebody might have been like, oh, Ruthie, please don't come to my house today. I really just don't want you to come over today. Or this and this and that. So, I mean, I'm not perfect, but I've learned to be a better person on both sides of this. So with that, make sure you're subscribed, and remember, big or small, you too could be a backyard farm. God bless.